What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? We are here. All right, hold on. We are here. All right, so tomorrow night we are back. The ladies' night panel is back. We will be on Peace Love's channel tomorrow evening. I believe our start time is 8 or 8:30. I don't remember because it's been so long. But y'all make sure y'all join us over there tomorrow evening. We will have a good time. We will have a good time. All right. Okay, we are here. Oh, I didn't have my light on, child. What's going on, y'all? How's everybody doing today? Let me get to my hellos and my greetings, and we're going to jump into it. What's up? It's me, D. Happy Wednesday. Yes, happy Wednesday. Hey, Cool Gamer. Hey, Miss Cruiser. Miss Cruiser, I keep forgetting that you live in my old stomping ground, honey. I saw you in a chat, and when I ain't going to say the name of the city unless you say the name of the city, but, you know, I went to Bennett College, so you in my old stomping ground, girl. Hey, what's up, Kishwar? Hey, Kings Mina. Hey, Boo. Hey, Below. What's up, Miss Old School? Yana, Miss Baything. Hey, Cindy. What's up? Tracy. Are both my Tracy's here? Hey, Lady V. What's up, Just Coco? Hey, Abby. Jonathan. I'm calling you when I get off of here, sir. I've been since I got home. I've been running since I got home. What's up, Betsy? Let's just get this party started so I can go to bed. I'm sleepy, child. You can't go to bed. You're supposed to be doing the Queen Sugar at 8 o'clock, girl. Unless you can't handle it. Oh, yeah, Greensboro. Okay, I wasn't going to say it. Yeah, I went to Bennett. I was in Greensboro for after I graduated, I stayed. I was in Bennett for like 6 years. Yeah, Jonathan, no, child. Jonathan, no, honey. What's up, everybody that's in here in the chat? We are going to get this party started. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get this video open so that we can watch this video. Okay, there it is. Okay, hold on. There it is. Let me pause it. Okay. So I woke up this morning, honey. I woke up this morning to a message from Bishop Whitehead. Okay, Bishop Whitehead told us that
they caught the robbers. He said the police called him at 6:30 this morning to tell him that they caught the people who had robbed his home. Okay. He said he was excited. He was elated that they caught the people that did it. Now, he said a couple of things that confused some of us. We've been talking about it all day on my comments. He said that the people were in prison. They're not in prison. They're in jail. You don't go to prison until after prison is after you've been sentenced. So they weren't in prison. They were in jail, but okay. 2 out of the 3 were caught where they were arrested. Okay. He said that something about the AFT. So I was like, well, how did the AFT get involved? Has it become a bigger conspiracy? Are these people involved in other crimes? Like, that's okay. He said, he also said it was federal. And so he said that, and so there were some things that I was a little confused by, right? So then he came back live and he said, I'm going to do a press conference after the arraignment this afternoon. I said, okay. I'm going to be there for the press conference, child. So we're going to look at the press conference. Some of our questions were answered in his press conference. Some things were cleared up in his press conference. So we are going to watch we're going to watch all of the press conference. We're going to watch some of the press conference and we will discuss some things. Okay. What's up, Lady Fee? Hey, Latricia. Hey, what's up, Overcomer? How you doing? Anybody else that came in? What's up, Star? What's up? So we are going to, let me share my screen, child. Okay. Let me see. Does it open this up, child?
Saw Mr. Polak.
He does. You're right. He love a press conference, child. All right, so this is the press conference. Because of the amount of his jury, this will be a federal case. Okay, that's what it is. The amount of the jury. Okay, all right. Bishop. Okay. I have been sitting on my thoughts, opinions on this pastor's robbery. What's up, Miss Old School? Listen, we talked about it over here. My thing is, I can't say what was or what wasn't, what did or what did not. But we'll find out. Anyway, so let's look at this. Now, first of all, the angle is from behind him the whole time, and the sound is a little muffled in the beginning. So I hope you guys can hear it. So you might want to turn up your volume. And I'm gonna be petty. I know some of y'all. I'm gonna be a little petty because we're gonna discuss this suit. And I'm gonna be a little petty about my suit situation, about my discussion of the suit. But let's play. Let's play.
And then I'll answer whatever questions that I can answer. First, I want to thank the NYPD and the ATF for doing an impeccable job at this time. 2 out of the 3 suspects were captured today. I received a phone call this morning around 6:30 in the morning, waking me up, stating that they have caught 2 of the 3 suspects. First, I really want to thank God. This has been a trying time for me and my family. It's just been really nerve-wracking. The media plastered my address throughout online, and what you guys didn't know that I couldn't really talk about, there was an attempt home invasion at my home. And
okay, so first of all, because I know some of y'all might not be able to hear, he says that he wanted to thank the NYPD, want to thank, he got the call 6:00 in the morning. He said something that you all may not have known because I could not share it is that there was an attempted home invasion at his home. Now, before he said that part, he kind of threw it out there. He kind of slick shaded the media by saying that the media leaked his home address and the media leaked his address. And so that is why he didn't say it, but I feel like by him bringing up the home invasion right after he said that the media put his real address out there, I feel like that was his way of kind of throwing it at the media, like, look at what y'all did. But, sir, you do know that that's public record. Like, people can just Google your address. Like, people can find you. Just like they found your church. They can Google your address. So he said there was an attempted home invasion. He didn't make it public. He didn't speak on it because he was working with the police. No, he said his wife was not there. He's going to say that later on, but he said his wife was not there because she still can't go out in public. She's still very nervous about going out in public. He said that his family just moved back home, that they had been staying at a hotel because they were scared to be home. Your wife's videos every morning where she does morning prayer says that's different. That statement is a little false, or at least misleading. At the very least, misleading. You saying that your wife just moved back home because she was afraid is misleading. Because if you go back and you look, you could tell that she's back in her home space where she does morning prayer every morning. You can look at the background and you can tell when she's home and when she's not home. But I ain't here to nitpick. Let me just keep it playing, child.
They tried to steal my cars, come out of my driveway, because my address plastered around. This is a win today because the narrative that was posted and presented that I have something to do with this robbery, and it has destroyed my life.
So he's saying that it has destroyed his life because the narrative that was put out was that he had something to do with the robbery. And so that narrative that was out there, it has destroyed his life. That is what he said. Kingsmina, you brought up a good point. Kingsmina said he was the one showing off that doggone prayer closet that was bigger than that corner store church. That is valid. So if anybody put your home in danger, maybe it was you, but that's valid.
This turned around from me being a victim to a villain. And today, God gave me and my family the victory. And they were able to catch these two young men, and there's another one at large. And I'm hoping that they cooperate with the federal prosecutors. This is a federal case. And I'm hoping that they cooperate with the federal prosecutors. I'm hoping that they get that we get justice. One of the young men was released on bail, and hey, I respect whatever the prosecutor and the judge and whoever was a part of that deal, and I trust in this justice system. But however, my family and my church have been very traumatized, and they have changed me to look like a person on the street instead of a man of the cloth and clergy.
So I want to stop right there. He said that the narrative has changed perception that took him from looking like a man of the cloth to a man of the street. Sir, you have done that yourself over the last 2 months. You have threatened to beat up D.L. Hughley. You have threatened to beat up Larry Reed. You have sat on your Instagram account and have played damning audio tapes of accusations against Larry Reed. You have doxed King Jives, and all the while you're doing it, you keep saying, I ain't your regular pastor. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from the streets. I know what it's like. Last night, you talked about how many people you beat up while you were in jail, sir. So no. Let's not go too far. Now, I do feel like yes, people was out there questioning whether this was a real robbery or not. But sir, let's not go too far. Let's not go too far, sir. So the reason why this was moved to a federal case is because of the alleged amount of money that the jewelry that was stolen was worth. That's why. But the jewelry that wasn't insured. So okay. All right, go ahead.
Clergy. Not only am I a bishop, but I also have my PhD in theology and business. So I am also a doctor. I'm a smart, well-rounded young black.
He said that not only is he a bishop, but he also has his PhD.
Man, and to be looked at as a villain instead of a victim traumatized my family and really traumatized my church. I've lost so many members because of the fear of coming back to church because.
Okay, so can we address that for a minute? He's lost so many members. On the day that your church was robbed, sir, you had 20 people in there. On the day that your church was robbed, you had 20 members. Last week, when that lady went up in your church and showed her tail, you had 12. Now, you say that most of your members are online, but I would argue that your online views have actually gone up since the robbery. I believe that when you were streaming on that morning before them people came in there and robbed you, you might have had maybe, I don't even think he had 100 people watching that Instagram. Now, I can't speak for Facebook, but on Instagram, child, you ain't have 100 people, okay? Now, you have a couple of hundred people watching. So I would argue the opposite. But okay. All right.
Of people just walking in the church after July 24th, doing what they want to do. I want to thank my wife, Asia Whitehead, for standing next to me and standing beside me during this time, and we're standing next to each other. She wanted to be here today, but she's just still afraid. She's still afraid. My children still have trouble sleeping, and a lot of my members still call me to this day crying because of the trauma. Hoping that this clears a lot of things up with my name, as far as, you know, the world believing that I'm a villain instead of a victim, and it hurts. I thank God for my attorney who walked with me every step of the way, Don Florio.
Okay, so this is my petty suit moment. Because you gave me this backside view for the entirety, I don't know why the person who was filming this for his Instagram didn't think that they should walk around the front and get this view from the front in front of the microphones. I don't know why that didn't occur to the person that was in charge of putting this on his Instagram. But since you gave me this view, I'm going to have a petty fashion moment. We're going to have one. Listen. As an amateur fashionista, as one who has seen every season of Project Runway, as one who fancies myself as understanding these things as the critiques have come down the runway for the last 20 seasons of Project Runway, sir, Heidi Klum would never allow this. Can you see the bulges? Follow me. Do you see here in this area right here where the suit's bulging? You see where that's not a clean line right there? You see that? Do you see how the patterns don't line up? Do you see how the patterns don't line up? Do you see that? It does the same thing on the shoulders, okay? Listen. Now, I know that's petty. I'm just going to be petty right now. We're just having a petty moment. Sir, I don't know who made that suit for you, but I hope they did it for free. I don't know who made that suit for you, but I hope they was practicing. I don't know who made that suit for you, but I hope that you forgot you was never supposed to actually wear it. I don't know who made that suit for you, sir, but I promise you're going to be mad when you see this video. I hope he doesn't try to say that this is anybody's designer anything. Tim Gunn would never. He better not ever say that this is no parts of a designer. Because let me tell y'all something. Y'all want to know a little tidbits here? Y'all want me to tell y'all a little tidbit? The fastest way to identify a knockoff, whether it's a purse, whether it's a suit or anything like this, are these types of mistakes. This type of thing doesn't leave the warehouse. This type of thing doesn't leave Louis Vuitton. It doesn't leave Gucci. It doesn't get through quality control. This doesn't get through quality control at Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Tom Ford. I could go Michael Kors. I could go on and on and on and on. Armani, Giorgio Armani, Like this is Versace. This doesn't leave quality control. Are you serious right now? So he better not try to say this is nobody's designer. Because if it is, then sir, you got this from the bootleg pile out back in the dumpster. Because I promise you, this never got into anybody's box and was shipped or a garment bag, because they ain't gonna ship it in a box, baby. It's gonna be in a garment bag. This never got onto anybody in anybody's garment bag and shipped to anybody's department store, retail store, flagship store. Not at all. Not at all. Now, I know that's petty, but we're just having a petty moment, okay? We're having a petty moment. Let's get back to the press conference, okay?
And my civil attorney, who could not be here today because of what happened, it was too fast, was Brian Ponder. And I'm just really just thankful for the greatest church on earth, Leaders of Tomorrow International Ministries. And I want to thank each and every one of you for being out here. So I'll take questions now.
Bishop, how does this clear your name?
Say that one more time.
Your thoughts on Mr. Thomas staring you down as you walk into that court?
Well, I'm glad you were there, and I'm glad you were able to see the villain that
right,
he
it
is.
goes straight to TJ
Right?
Maxx, the
And I'm glad
irregularity.
you were there to see the hate and to see the viciousness that he had in his eyes for me, and how he stared me down to try to intimidate me. I'm not going to be intimidated, and I'm glad you were there to see that I'm a victim. And once again, he tried to intimidate me, a preacher, a young
Exactly.
man
That is who his lawyer is, Brian Ponder.
whose father
What's
was
up,
beaten
King
and
Payne? Hey,
death by
boo.
16 police officers because of the color of his skin, Arthur Miller, in 1978. A young man that had to grow up without a father.
If I have to hear this story one more time about his daddy, and I don't mean no disrespect or mean no harm, but if I got to hear this story one more time about his daddy.
And I'm glad you were there. I'm glad Pix 11 was there to witness, because you guys might not have believed me. You haven't believed me with anything else. So I thank you, sir, for being there. And
they said that the robber stared him down when he walked in the court, that the robber stared him down. Now, I got a theory about why the robber stared him down, but I will not share that here. I'm not going to share that, child.
Seeing the intimidation, and I forgive him. I forgive him. The Bible says in Matthew 6:14-15, it says, if God forgives us our trespasses.
Look up Matthew 6:14 and 15. Look up Matthew 6:14 and 15, please. Because I just want to make sure if he got his quote right today. He's been doing better with his quotes. I just want to make sure he got it right.
Then we have to forgive others their trespasses. And I forgive them. And I thank God for allowing me and my family to be here and not be dead on July 24th.
How does this clear your name? You said this clears your name. How does it clear your name?
Because the tabloids and everybody has been talking about the narrative of Bling Bling Bishop and the Bling Bling Pastor, and he had to have something to do with it. Why is it taking so long for him to be, for the criminals to be caught? Well, the reason why it was taking long, because it changed from a state to a federal case, and they were doing what they had to do. I'm not a police officer, nor am I a federal agent.
I knew he was paraphrasing. I know that ain't what my Bible.
Agents, every time they call me, and they will tell you that. Every time they called me, any pictures and anything that they needed, they were able to get it from me without any delay at all. So the media and social medias and the bloggers and the bloggers have changed me to a victim, a villain instead of a victim. So that's what I'm talking about. My career in real estate has tumbled because of tabloids.
His career in real estate has tumbled because of the tabloids. I'm not going to say that his business wasn't affected by this whole situation. Right, Abby. He got it right. I'm going to just leave that there.
Speaking to the the sense of me being the villain and me having something to do with it. And nobody wanted to do anything with me. None of the politicians called me to check on me anymore. Nobody called me anymore. So it was just me and my family and my church family. So that's what cleared.
The chief of detectives.
He said nobody was calling him anymore. That's why it's Overcomer. That's why I said I ain't going to touch that one because I know that this has affected him. But however, he has not helped himself. He has not helped himself. But yeah, he said ain't nobody calling him. They asked him about the mayor, and he said again he confirmed that the mayor has distanced himself.
Said today, basically, that the reason this happened, or what their motive, is that these men saw you flashy. They knew where your church was. So, I mean, you spoke to that, but what do you make of it?
Well, that was an assumption. Well, I watched it, and it was an assumption, and it's still further investigation. So, you know, he's assuming there's a lot of different things that's up in the air. There's a lot of things that's in the air. It's a heavy investigation where there's tons of different units that's a part of this investigation. So, you know, I think that I should be able to wear what I want to wear. I think I should be able to dress the way I want to dress. You know, when you look at the...
Now, I agree with that. We said the same thing about the rapper P&B. I agree. If he want to dress like a clown, let his ass dress like a clown. Now, he should be able to dress how he want to dress. Now, I agree with that. I agree.
Pope, his robes are nearly $50,000, you know.
Okay, here he go. There he go comparing himself to other people. He said the Pope wears $50,000 gowns. First of all, I grew up Catholic, so let me speak to this. You know what the Pope doesn't do? The Pope don't leave the house without security. I'm telling you. Now the Pope does. The Pope dresses nice. The last Pope, he wore red Louboutin slippers. Okay, the Pope absolutely does. But let me tell you what else the Pope does. The Pope don't leave the house without security. I bet you can't walk into no Catholic church where the Pope is presiding and walk. I bet you that don't happen in the church. Moving on.
But there is no talk about that at all, you know. But me as an African American young man, you know, I'm ridiculed. I'm called different names. So I believe that was just an assumption and their opinion at now.
Did you know the suspects?
I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
What have the two past months been like for your life? And this person
Now, it's been hell. My family just came back home. We've been paying for them I've been paying for them to stay in a hotel. My daughter.
You heard him say that? My family just came home. I've been paying for them to stay at a hotel. Mm-hmm.
My kids still can't sleep at all. They can't sleep. I've never understood the trauma of this type of robbery. You know, you watch these things on TV, but until you actually are a part of it, you never understand. This is trauma. I'm talking about my members call me crying. If not every day, every other day. My daughter crying and scared. Every slam of a car door, she turns around, she's startled. So this has been hell. And then to not be believed, to not be believed and to be ridiculed on the way I dress, and you know, it's just.
His lawyer's there.
You know, I thought I was a victim, but I just turned into a villain, and it's hell. To answer your question.
Sir, have you ever
do you in any way before the robbery know these two men? Or
Did you ever see them before?
I've never seen them before a day in my life, and this was groundbreaking for me, because when you haven't seen them, you know, you don't know what they look like, you know. And I couldn't wait. You know, this morning I was up for 5 a.m.
This man said, if you haven't seen them, you don't know what they look like.
In prayer, because we're on 5 a.m. prayer for the last year, 7 days a week, and I was up at 5 a.m. prayer. I dozed back off, then I got this phone call, and I couldn't go back to sleep. I was so anxious to see what these gentlemen look like, because I've never seen them before. I didn't know their names. So when I seen them today, I never saw them before. You know, and then I started to say, wow, you know, why would these young men do this to me? Why would these young men do this to me? You know, we always talk about racism, and we always talk about other ethnicities coming against the black community. But these were my own brothers. So what is our excuse now? What is our excuse now?
What are your thoughts on the late disclosure that they're in plea discussions?
Well, like I said, I'm leaving that up to the prosecutor, and I know that the judge said that they were giving them a window for plea discussions. So I don't know if they're already having plea discussions, but what I do, yeah, that's in every case, as my attorney just said. That's in every case. So I don't think that I don't know if they're in plea discussions, but I know that the time, the next date for court, which I will be here, is October 28th, and I will be here, and I'm going to monitor this and whatever they need from me, you know.
So they'll be back. So today was just the arraignment. One out of the two guys has already been bailed out, and the third person is still at large. As far as the kids, he has a daughter by his current wife who is 10 months old now, but he has an older daughter who was according to one of his lives, he has an older daughter who's like a preteen who was at the church that day because he was talking about how she doesn't want to wear her earrings anymore because she's scared that she's going to get robbed and somebody's going to take the earrings. And so she's a little older. I think he said maybe she's 10 or something like that. I don't have the exact age. And then he has, I think he has a son as well, an older son as well.
And I'm hoping and praying that these young men speak, because there's no, I don't know, but I feel that there's more to the story. I feel that there's more people to this, and I feel that, you know, because for you to have the courage to walk inside of a house of worship, it has to be something else to this. So I'm hoping that they will cooperate with the police department, the ATF, and the NYPD, and anything that's hidden, I'm hoping that it's uncovered. Any names that have been a part of this crime, I'm hoping that the no snitching rule is out the window, and I'm hoping, because at the end of the day, they pull a gun not only on me to the back of my head, but my wife and my 8-month-old daughter. And I do have video that I will be showing on this week or maybe next week, but I did not put it up there, but you guys will be able to see the inside of everything that happened, and you know, because I think the people in the world needs to see the trauma.
So I guess that's why remember everybody kept saying, show us the video, show us the video. If you have the video from this woman coming to your church, where's the video from the robbery? But now it makes sense why he didn't show the video. If he turned it over to the police and it was evidence, that makes sense. Like, the police probably told him, listen, you know, you can't be showing all this stuff. But now it sounds like he's going to show it. It sounds like he's going to show it to us now, child. I don't know. He thinks it's because he helped turn in that murderer back in May. It may. Y'all obsessed with him shaking my head. Nephew, we just having fun, child. We having fun.
Of my church, and how all of them had to, it's like a wave. They just all flew on the floor, and they were all on top of each other, And when you guys see that, then I think that you guys will have trauma that my family is going through.
Do you know if they have any connections with the church? When you heard their names, do you know if you didn't know who they were, but do you know?
I don't know their names. Their names are not unfamiliar to me. Their names are unfamiliar to me. Faces are unfamiliar to me. I was hoping to come out here and say, I've seen that young man before, because I do a lot of community work. I help a lot of kids.
So that's pretty much the bulk of it. It's only about 20 minutes long, so it's not a long press conference. We know that he will be back. No way it's going to get good and funny. You mean the video, or you mean like in general, this whole case in general? Because there's really not a whole lot left on the video. He takes a few more questions. I will say this: one of the reporters, they asked him about him being flashy again, and then one of the reporters said, "So how much is the watch you're wearing today worth?" And he went off on the reporter, and I was with him on that one. Now I was with him on that one. I said that's a dumbass question, and it was unnecessary. And then he started going off about, see, you didn't ask me about my wife, you didn't ask me about my kids, but sir, you just told us how your wife and kids were doing. But I did feel like that was a dumbass question for the reporter to be like, so how much is your watch worth? Like, stupid. The video, oh man, okay, hold on, let's see.
A lot of young men out of prison. I help them reform their life. So I'm around a lot of young people. I'm around a lot of gang members. I'm around a lot of people, a lot of people that have felonies and different things of that nature. And I was hoping to see some type of connection of how did they just pick me out? Because, you know, think about it. Just think about it. I'm outside. I'm not inside. I'm outside doing a lot of community work, right? And the same jury that they stole from me is the same jury I have on all the time. Why would you go into the church, right? And I think every pastor, I think every imam, I think every rabbi and whatever religious leader you are, I think we should step up and stand together to protect the houses of worship. Because this could have happened anywhere, right? It's not like I didn't have my jury on when I'm outside. Why would you come into the church? Why would you come into the church and do what you've done? Because you know we don't have any weapons, because you know we're peace, you know that we are coming to serve our Jesus, right? And that's just wrong.
Bishop, did you said the politicians stopped calling you. Does that include the mayor?
I haven't heard from the mayor in a while. And like I said, I believe that, you know, a lot of people were scared off. I think a lot of people were scared off because of the picture that I was painted to be involved with this heinous crime.
Are you scared you'll be targeted again?
Am I scared? No, I'm not scared. Am I going to be targeted again? I don't know, but I'm not scared.
Have you increased security at your church?
Expensive
Have you increased security at your
yes.
church? How was that lady able to get in and, you know?
Well, she was she came up and she said, I'm just repositioning leaders. A lot of my leaders resigned because of fear.
So I just fast forward through that because he just reiterated what happened at the church. He talked about the woman was set up and he was set up by he went through all that, child. Now he's saying that some of his leaders resigned from the church. I hope that dude that was sitting in the back while you was getting robbed and didn't move and didn't blink, I hope he was one of the people that resigned. Now everybody resigned. Everybody left the church. Everybody resigned from the church. The rabbi Amon leave their worldly things at home when they attend the place of worship. Child, yeah, I don't know how many rabbis show up with the bling bling. That don't mean they can't, though. That don't mean they can't. Veronica says this will end up like Jesse's case. He's going to have to hand in the robbery and other evidence allegedly. Not a she by she not.
Because of their family being afraid that this is supposed to be a house of worship, not a club, or a house of worship and not somewhere where you have to, as soon as the door opens, everybody's turning around. It's nuts. As soon as you hear the door.
He says it's a house of worship, not a club. Sir, you dress like you're going to the club.
Or somebody speaks, my whole church turned around. So I wanted to settle down and just go online for a few weeks until further notice.
Are you going to wear less bling so you're less of a target?
Well, I will wear what I've been blessed with by God when I feel like it. You know, that's it. You know, I don't, you know, everyone says that I was targeted.
Girl, we're going to stop right here because he had to stop the press conference because the bus was coming by, child. We're going to stop it right there. Again, the video is about 20 minutes. It is really not a whole lot more left to it. So on October the 28th, I feel like there's going to probably be a plea deal sometime before now and then. They said that the prosecution was open to a plea. And a lot of these things end in plea deals these days, especially if they can prove on the videotape from what they saw on the videotape that these were the guys and they got them dead to rights. So, I don't think I have. Oh, before I forget, Crispies, thank you for the cash app. Thank you for the cash app, love. I got it. I saw it when I got off of the video. Yeah, most of these, especially these types of cases, are going to end in a plea deal. So I anticipate there being a plea deal. If there is a third person, he does say something about that. Like he hoped that the no snitching rule goes out that people aren't scared to snitch. I hope they tell the whole story and tell what happened. I don't even know what to say. I'm glad they caught the robbers. That's all I got. That's all I got, y'all, because I don't have my thoughts, but I'm gonna keep them to myself. Right, he stayed picking the worst location for these bootleg press conferences. Yeah, I hope we find out if there's a bigger conspiracy. I want to know what it is. That's what I want to say. I hope that these people talk. And I hope that when they talk, we get the story. That's all I got. But seriously, what news outlets are rushing up to his press conference? Who's asking these questions, child? Well, I think because it was actually released by, like, notice when he had the other two press conferences, nobody was there. But the news was actually there because, this was an event that made national headlines and, so yeah. But I promise you, they didn't send, they ain't send nobody, that has a byline down there, child. Yeah, well, Tracy, that's what I'm saying. I think that whatever footage that the cameras got, he turned over to the police. And that's why he never played them. This is the only time ever where he told the truth. He going to shout it out from the rooftops. I don't know if he's... Mm-hmm. All right, so listen. I just want to hear what these people have to say. I want to know what these men gonna say. Who sent them? What was the plan? What were they thinking? Where's the jury? Were they able to pawn it? Because where'd that jury go? Like some of that stuff you can't pawn. Like his bishop's ring, it was very specific. That's a very specific ring. I can't say can't pawn, but can't easily pawn. Like it's not like they could just go down to the regular pawn shop and pawn it. You know what I mean? The jewelry that he had on is not easily, it's not stuff that's going to blend in. They're going to talk, especially if they take time off of the sentence. What's up, Mark DeJoy? I ain't seen you in a while. Hey, babe. Yeah, I think so, too. I think they're going to talk. I think some people going to have some things to say. I think some people are going to have some things to say. I do. Not they tried to pawn it, but it's copper. Now that would be funny if they told the police, "Well, we tried to pawn it, but it wasn't worth nothing." What if they tell the police that? What if they tell the police, "Well, we had that Rolex watch, we tried to pawn it, but it was fake"? What if they tell the people that? What if they tell me? Oh, Lord have mercy, child. Don't say it. These feds going to be on social media heavy trying to get information. I ain't said nothing because I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about nothing. I don't know nothing. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Whew. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you had a good dinner, girl. I'm ready to get off of here. I do want to say this, and then I'm gonna get off of here. I want to, you know what? I want to know how they got caught too. I am curious. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I am curious. I want to know how they got caught too. I ain't gonna lie about that. I am curious about how they got caught. Why they targeted him. Like I am. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very curious now. Now my nosiness wants to know. Larry Reid spoke on Conscious TV last night. Larry Reid said that he is not, at this time, he is not pursuing a lawsuit against Tasha K. He said the reason why he is not at this time pursuing a lawsuit against Tasha K is because he said that if Tasha K speaks on his business, if Tasha K speaks on something that could garner criminal charges, then he would pursue it. He said these allegations are old. None of this information is new. This is stuff that he's dealt with years ago. The fact that it's resurfacing, he said that, it's just not, he's just not going to pursue it. He said he is going to pursue the YouTuber that put it out that he's already been in litigation with. As for Whitehead, he did not give a definitive one way or the other answer about Bishop Whitehead. But as far as Tasha K, he said she got bigger fish to fry. And right now, he said she's at this point, she's kind of stopped talking. I don't think she stopped talking, and I'm going to tell you why. First of all, I think that's translation for me and my attorney talked about it, and we don't feel like we have a strong enough case for me to pursue it legally. That's what that translated to me. Was I talked to my attorney, and we don't think we have a strong enough case. He said how expensive the case would be, and it just, in his mind, it just wasn't worth it. Financially, it wasn't worth it to go after Tasha K. But I do not think that Tasha K has stopped talking, and I'm gonna tell you why I feel that way. That very first night that Bishop Whitehead said that he was going to expose Larry Reid and start playing the tapes. When he was playing the tape, because I listened at the beginning, but I didn't listen through him playing the tapes. I have not heard any of these tapes. I have not listened to any of it. But he said, I can't be on here long because I'm supposed to be talking to Tasha K tonight over on her app. Now, I don't think they went live on her app, but I do think they may have pre-recorded an interview. I believe, I'm not on Tasha K's app, so I can't say for certain that he didn't do that. But I believe that him and Tasha K did another interview based on these tapes, based on the information that's in these tapes. That's my opinion. I don't know that to be a fact. But I do not think that Tasha K has let this go. I just think that she's putting stuff together. And I mean, listen, we know how Tasha K is when she's a dog with a bone. When she got in her mind about something or she mad about something, we know how she is. So I do not think that she's done now. I don't think so. I don't think that YouTuber put it out. I saw those videos under two other YouTubers' channel. Yeah. And again, I don't know. I used to watch Tasha K, so it's weird looking at her being ordered to pay a couple million and still want to start messing with more people, child. What the hell she do now? Well, she's upset with Larry Reid, and so she's in cahoots with Bishop Whitehead, as it relates to this Larry Reid stuff. I agree. See, the problem with the internet is once you put stuff out, it's out. It's out. And so even though the YouTuber was ordered to take these things down, if somebody else had it and kept it in their back pocket or screen recorded it or downloaded, like you can download any video you want off of YouTube and I can delete the video, but if you downloaded it, you already have it. So I think that's why I asked Simone when she was here on Saturday, I asked her, what is that burden? What is the burden that Larry Reid's attorneys would have to prove that this YouTuber put this out? Like, what is the burden on that? And she said a preponderance of the evidence. So, that's, take it how you want. But that's what I think. I that's what I believe is going on. I do not believe that they are done. I don't. I think they're gonna ride this until the wheels fall off. I'm gonna be honest with you. He'd spent lots on legal fees, and then he was still right. Yeah, and then he would still have to get behind Cardi because she had the judgment first. So let's assume he sues her and he wins. Let's say he wins $1 million. He still got to wait for Tasha K to finish her situation with Cardi and got paid Cardi before he get anything. So it's kind of a kind of thing. So, all right, y'all. I'm gonna get off of here. At 8:15, El Teddy, Abby, and myself. Right, and Larry would have to prove. Yeah, exactly. Larry would have to show some sort of documentation, proof, or something that Bishop Whitehead got those tapes directly from the YouTuber and not from another source. So I just think that's a burden. I think he would do a better job if. And that's the other thing Larry Reid said. He said that he also would have to show a loss, and he said he has not had a loss. He said he hasn't had a loss. He said, if anything, he said when the YouTuber put all this stuff out a couple of years ago, he had a loss. His subscriber count went down. His Patreon went down. He lost business deals, and he was able to show tangible proof that he lost money as a result of those tapes, of that YouTuber playing those tapes and bringing all this stuff back up. He was able to show that proof. But he said that since this situation with Bishop Whitehead has been going on, he said he ain't lost nothing yet. If anything, he said he's gained. He's gained subscribers. He's gained followers. He said, I don't have a loss. I don't have a financial loss yet. So, we talk about that all the time. There are a lot of layers to defamation. You just can't get mad because somebody say something you don't like or somebody lied on you. There are layers to it. Because if that's the case, hell, if we could sue people for lying on us, child, they'd have to start a whole new court system just for defamation because it'd be full. So it's not just based on, oh, well, he lied on me or she lied on me. There's burdens there that you have to prove. But this strengthens Whitehead's case for defamation. Why? Because Larry Reid never said that Bishop Whitehead lied. He never said that he. Matter of fact, Larry Reid has consistently said, I don't believe that this was a fake robbery. He has said that. Now, King Jives, that's another conversation. King Jives has been saying that he thinks that it was a fake robbery. But Larry Reid has said from the beginning that he did not think it was fake. That first night when Whitehead got mad at Larry Reid was laughing at the church. He was clowning the man's church. He never said that he thought the robbery was fake. He was clowning his church, talking about, how run down it looked and how he didn't have no members and all that. They were just clowning the church. Now, there's other people. I've seen whole videos on YouTube breaking down why it was a fake robbery. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay, Zara. If I was TK, I'd just pay Cardi and get it over with and call it what I would too, but child. But yeah, I at the end of the day, if you want to know my personal opinion, I mean, we talk about it on here and I give commentary, but at the end of the day, my personal opinion on all these legal cases is I don't know if anybody has a strong enough case against anybody at this point. And I'm not, y'all know I ain't nobody's attorney. I ain't go to nobody's law school, but I don't know what the burden is that Larry Reid would have to prove that this YouTuber did not do his due diligence to make sure these videos did not get out. I don't know if Whitehead can prove anything against Larry Reid. He said that he lost money. He said that in his press conference. I found that interesting that he made sure to say that at his press conference that he lost money. He lost members of his church because, of course, he has to show a loss. But I don't see what Larry Reid has said about this man that has proven to be a lie. The only thing that we don't know to be true yet is the fact that he said that he's being investigated by the FBI. Everything else that Larry Reid said has come to pass. Everything Larry Reid said, there's a lawsuit against him for $90,000. That has come to be true. Larry Reed said there's another lawsuit against him for $50-something thousand. That has come to be true. Larry Reed said that something else Larry Reed said. The only thing that we don't know is true or not is that FBI case. We keep hearing it, but we don't know that to be a fact yet. But if that's real easy to prove, like that's not a hard thing to prove. So if he's under any sort of investigation, he can't say that's a fake if that's true. You know what I'm saying? Would I do a call-in or setting up a YouTube? Yeah, I don't have a problem giving advice. Look, I'll tell y'all everything I know. But that's what I'm saying. Now, Jives is another conversation. Larry Reed has been very, very careful with his words. Jives, another conversation. Yeah. You know, Jives has said a lot more than Larry Reed has said. He said a lot more than Larry Reed has said. I don't think you don't think who has the money? Tasha K? I think Tasha K could pay it. I think she could. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, but I don't have no problem doing that, Zara. Absolutely. You interested in starting up a YouTube or you know somebody that is? Yeah, listen, somebody help me. I'll help out. I don't share information. I don't have no problem with that. I'm not one of those people that holds on, to my information. I'm not one of those people. So yeah, I don't have any problem sharing what I know. I don't know much, but I'll tell you what I know. Yeah, but let me get off of here, y'all. We getting ready to talk about Queen Sugar. Last night's episode of Queen Sugar, child. That ain't gonna take long. It ain't gonna take long at all. I'll talk to y'all later. Mwah. Peace.